Wow, so that was something. That was amazing. What an experience, seeing those songs live. JIN, such an entertainer. That was mind-blowing. Easily one of the best concerts I've ever been to. And yeah, meeting everyone was so awesome. Now it's the journey home. I'm going to be doing a vlog, which this will going to be in, so high future me editing this. But yeah, that was incredible. So it is currently 11:42 on the day that we're gonna go see JIN. I'm so excited. I put a video out last night just saying that, you know, I'm going to my first ever concert as New Army, and so many comments, so many of you guys were saying, you know, either you're gonna be there and that you'll see me there, or just giving really cool like tips and stuff like that, you know. And also just wishing. I've got so many messages this morning for people just saying, you know, like, have the best time and thinking of you, so I appreciate all of that. I'm gonna do my best to try and vlog it, although I kind of, when I'm there, I'm not gonna be filming too much. I kind of wanna be in the moment and experience it, because from what I've seen, because you know, I've gone spoiler free for all of this, and but what I've been told is that JIN has prepared a very special show that you really kind of need to be in the moment, kind of have your phones away. There's going to be someone in the nosebleeds that's going to film the whole thing in 4K and upload it up to YouTube anyway. So if you want to rewatch it, I can always just watch those instead of doing it. But I will get some stuff. I want to try and check out some merch, maybe stuff like that. But yeah. This is going to be a different kind of vlog than the normal ones. I'm going to try and actually talk to the camera a bit more, but if that doesn't happen, because I'm going on my own, I might get nervous and actually not whip the camera out and start talking to it as much, but we'll see. But yeah, we're getting the train down there. I think that we'll be arriving there probably around 4:30ish, maybe. Yeah, about 4:30 maybe. But yeah, let's go. So I have made it, here we are. We have only been here a few minutes, we've already met some Army, got some freebies as well. Really nice hearing stories from people from all over saying that, you know, they've traveled to New York, to Mexico, seeing, you know, Army all over the place. So we've only been here, but the queues, everything is crazy. As you can see, these are merch lines outside, but honestly, this is such a wholesome experience, so yeah. So last night I saw JIN, and yeah, that was an experience. So in this video, we're going to be going through talking about my experience, my thoughts, meeting Army, the songs he played, all the funny stuff that happened, and how I feel about it after. So this was going to be quite an interesting one, because this will be like the first gig that I've been to on my own for over 10 years. And actually it's the first solo artist that I think I've seen in such a long time. I actually can't think of the last time I went to see a solo artist. And he actually is the first K-pop soloist to ever play the O2 Arena and sell it out. So that's unbelievable. So I left my house around, I'd say about 3 o'clock, and I got down to the venue down around 4:30. And by this time, there were people spilled out right outside the venue, and that wasn't even just a queue to get in, that was for merchandise. And let me tell you, merch was an issue. I mean, considering that people had been going down there since the day before to buy merch, there was still an unprecedented amount of queuing, and I think that there's good reason for this. Now, I spoke to quite a few people down there about the merch situation, and I completely understand why people would want to go down on a day where they're not seeing the show to get the merch, so that they didn't have to do it on the day. I know that there were some people that were unhappy because they wanted to pick it up on the day, but because of the queues, you know, it was difficult. There would be people from day 2 going to day one to get merchandise or the day before. And same with the people going from day one. They might even be going to day two to get merch or the day beforehand. And I think one of the big issues that people had was because you could queue up for over an hour, finally get to a till, and they say they no longer have stock. So there wasn't a way to really find out if you knew what you were queuing for, you were even going to get it. Because I know that the light stick situation was pretty intense. And we'll get to the merch later on because it comes up later on. But literally, as soon as I got there, I was blown away because so many of you guys came up to me, started speaking to me, handing out freebies as well. You guys knew that there was going to be some. These are just a few that I've got here. You know, like this one was really sweet. This was an origami purple heart. That was really cool as well. Little badges, photo cards. I'm glad I took a bag. Let's just say that. So shout outs to all of you. And that was literally outside the venue. People were coming up and saying hello as well. But it was really nice as well, meeting people that were telling me their stories, because obviously BTS haven't performed in the UK for, was it 5 to 6 years now? And I believe JIN is the first of them individually to come over here as well. So a lot of people, even for people that had been ARMY for a long time, this was their first experience. But people were saying that they had seen all over the world, like America, going to like Germany, to all these different countries around the world to go see them. And that was really cool to know. But also, you know, being there on my own and being my first experience, knowing that for a lot of ARMY that have been around, it was still their first time seeing him here there as well. So that was really cool. And everyone made me feel very welcome. People came over, and even some people were kept going, saying like, are you having a good time? Are you okay? Like, you're not lost. How are you doing? Like, people were checking up, and that was really nice. So thank you for that. You know, I've been to a few K-pop concerts now, and you know, every time it's been great meeting you guys. This one was way more. I knew it would be more because obviously our BTS videos are the most popular on the channel, so just more people would have watched them. I wasn't quite ready for how much it was, but it was such a nice experience. It felt like seeing friends, you know, and people that, I mean, there was people that I'd seen before and got to see them again as well. So that was really nice. So grabbed some food and then got ready to get in the queues. Now the queues were actually wild. They went, I mean, I used to work at the O2 Arena when I was around 21, 22. So I know what the queuing is like in there. But this one, it just went straight out the door and right out down past the O2 Arena. But it was controlled chaos. It wasn't unbelievable chaos. I've seen worse. I remember when I worked for One Direction there and Justin Bieber, that was like, the queues went out, but it was like chaos and carnage and people were fighting. ARMY was very respectful, very nice. And even when you're in the queue waiting up, you had people coming up and going down the line, giving out like freebies and talking to each other, and that was really nice. So doors open around just before 6:30. I think they opened them early, and I think that was really, really smart because the merch situation. I mean, I went to there was a dedicated shop right around the other side of the O2 where people didn't really know that it was there, and I had a little look around and it was really, really nice. However, they only really had the baseball tees, and they didn't have them in the size that I would have wanted. And there was a t-shirt that I wanted, and they completely sold out. So I was like, this is going to be an issue. I go up the escalator, get inside the arena. Now, my first port of call is merch. I want to find this t-shirt. And if you've been in an arena in the concourse, you know that it's crowded. It's like sardines, right? You've got queuing for food, for toilets, for water, and the merch situation. There's 2 on each floor, and it was, I'm not even joking, like an hour queue. So I went right to the top, right to where like the highest floor is. I thought maybe I'll, you know, there's fewer people up there. I'll try my luck up there. It was just as bad. 7:10. I checked with one of the people that works there. They're saying JIN goes on stage bang on 8 p.m, like on the dot. 7:10, and I'm like, I'm not going to have a chance to get into any of these queues. Now, luckily, a viewer came up to me and said, I know that there is one that's kind of hidden that they've just opened up. I'll tell you where it is, or I can show you. You might have a chance there. Now, all I wanted was one t-shirt in extra large, and because primarily like a female crowd, I know that XLs are most likely what I wear are going to be something that should be in stock the most, right? I got it in the end. I was so happy. I love this shirt. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks so damn cool. So now I'm super excited because I've got my drink, I've got my t-shirt, I got my freebies, I've met ARMY. Now I need to go see what my seat is like. And I knew that I was going to be close, and I've said it in videos because, you know, when you book your tickets, you can see where you're going to be sat, but nothing prepares you for this. I sat down. I was in between two groups of people because I was sat on my own. Super nice, and were really nice. Got talking, made me feel comfortable. Everyone around was really, really nice. And then the lights went down and JIN came out. And here's a cool thing, literally just before I sat down, a viewer ran up to me and said, I watch your videos, I thought it was you, nice to meet you. We're giving these out. We've printed off 7,000 of them. When JIN comes on stage and he introduces himself, hold this up. And I thought that this was such a nice touch. So I didn't catch your name, but shout outs to you, because when he came out, this went up all over the place. And I didn't get video of him saying it. I got videos of people putting it up, but he did read out the sign. He said that he loved us back and stuff. And I think that this is really, really important. And the reason why this is, I can only speak for the UK, but there are certain areas in the world that are always going to get support from K-pop shows. The US is always going to be number one outside of like Korea and Japan, right? The UK, we're starting to get acts over here, but we need to make sure that they know that they're supported so that they keep coming here as well. Of course, BTS are always going to be able to play London and do a bajillion nights at Wembley, but we need to support them individually and not just the members of BTS, but for all the groups as well, whether it's, you know, a G-Dragon or Taemin or anyone that can come over, or as a solo or a smaller group. We just need to support them because we need to help grow and encourage so that we get more shows and we can come together more. Now, immediately that there was an atmosphere that was created already. I don't know how to explain it, but it more felt like a celebration or a bit of relief. Like, I don't know, like we finally got him here, and it was, you know, it was surreal. Like, I'm like, that's JIN of BTS. It felt very surreal. I've seen 80s and Stray Kids, and I've seen major rock artists before, like some of the biggest bands in the world. But there was something about seeing JIN where it was like, whoa, I'm kind of taken aback a little bit. And I don't know whether it's because, you know, you start watching the variety content and you get connected to these individuals more than you do with like rock bands or whatever, but there was something about it. And it just sounded amazing. He came out, he sounded incredible immediately. The live band as well, oh my God. I have to say, I went in without knowing what he was going to play. I knew about the medley because I'd reacted to it on YouTube, and I knew, of course, there was going to be certain songs that he was going to play. Of course, he was going to play Running Wild, I'll Be There, The Astronaut. They were coming, but I didn't know when. I didn't know what other songs he was going to play. So it was so incredible to see the ones that he had picked, and honestly, like, some of these songs were so good. One of the aspects that I was warned kind of, but you can't really expect it, was the style of the show, what JIN had planned, the games, the interaction. It was so cool. There was times when he would say, right, I'm going to be facing you. A song is going to come on the screen. You guys have to sing it. And if I guess it right, for each point, you get to choose what I wear. And when they showed us the options, and one of them was the alien outfit, Army was going to make damn sure that happened. And it did.
Let me hear you, Army. This is what you wanted, right?
Now, let's talk about the best songs of the night. Now, this one was really tough because I went in thinking that there were certain songs that I knew were going to be the best. I thought Astronaut was going to be the best. Don't Say You Love Me. I mean, of course, I knew who was going to play that. I mean, it's like, I think that might be his biggest song right now that's like charting, right? But there were songs that I just did not expect to go off. Rope It. Oh my God. That was one of the highlights. I mean, I knew that it was going to be going off for that. I mean, like, if he played it. I actually didn't know if he was going to play it. I didn't know how popular it was. But when he started it, the eruption, that's a fan favorite already. There was something about when that song started. It was different from the others. When he played Abyss as well, oh my God. And of course, the BTS songs as well, like the medley was so good live. It was kind of surreal sitting there going, I'm seeing BTS songs live. This is something else. And hearing the guy that sings them, this was nuts. Spring Day was a moment though. Like, still to this day, I think Spring Day might be like one of my biggest ever videos that we did. And when I was sitting there watching him sing that, it kind of just took me back to that moment and just being like, this, how much of a full circle moment this was as well. And also hearing the other members as well being sung through the speakers as well. That was kind of like, oh, like it's almost like they're kind of here. But I have to say the absolute highlight of the night, and I don't even think that this is a doubt. I was hoping he was going to play this, but you weren't sure, and it was Epiphany. I literally had goosebumps, and I didn't film that one at all. I literally was like, do you know what? I know that this would do well with the concert vlog, but I was like, you know, there's thousands of people in here. Someone else is going to film this all in 4K, way better than I can. I want to just have this moment, you know, I just want to experience this, and that's exactly what I did. And yeah, it'd be nice to have my own video for it, but I have no regrets about that. I think one of the big things was just seeing around, like, I knew that this was a big deal that I was here. It's when you look around and you see everyone around you feeling the exact same thing. Like, it was important for everyone, that it was such a different kind of feeling. Everyone was kind of there together celebrating it. I didn't see one negative thing the whole time. I think everyone was so supportive. People were checking up on each other as well and taking pictures for each other as well. Like, you know, I love the fact that I had people coming up to me and saying like, sorry, do you mind taking a picture of me and my husband out in front of the O2, or like stuff like this. People wanted to just kind of savor this moment. Of course, one of the highlights was meeting so many of you. It was overwhelming at times because you didn't know what to expect, and I could only go based off previous experiences, but this was different. But it felt so nice meeting you guys. A lot of you saying that like you shared a similar journey, or that you were specifically looking out for me when you got there. It was just a really very, very unique experience, and one that I won't forget. All we can do is kind of hope that we're going to get more of the boys coming back. I know that BTS are going to be touring next year. whether that means that we see them in the UK next year or if it's the year after or whatever it may be. This experience has made me so excited. If I can even get tickets, I know it's going to be the Hunger Games. If that was the experience for one member of 7, I can't even begin to imagine what it's going to be like seeing them all together. If you have the opportunity to go see JIN, if there's tickets available for any shows, please make sure that you do it. He is so much better live. Rock JIN live is Rock JIN. It's so good and it's such a great time. And even if you've watched it all before from a different show or a live stream, it's not going to be the same. Go make sure that you go see it. Go support him. Guys, this was amazing. Thank you so much to all the people that followed me on Instagram, because I was posting stuff that won't be in this vlog, and I was posting throughout the day as well. And for everyone that's saying that you're looking forward to seeing this vlog as well, I appreciate all of the support. It was an amazing experience. And yeah, sometimes like this is some of my favorite part is, you know, talking about it afterwards and sharing the experience with you. So yeah, there you have it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.